Hey guys, my name is Tiffany and welcome to episode 62 of Flea Market Video Game Hunting. So as you guys can see here, I did find a lot of SNES games and NES games. No console though. I was trying to look for it, but I didn't find it. So I had a stack of games that I handed to this guy so he could ask the actual guy that was selling there, the actual vendor. And he came back and told me that the games were $5 a piece. So I only ended up taking two of all those bunch of games that you guys see there. Let me know what games you would have picked up, but I ended up going on my phone and looking them up. I don't really like to do that in front of vendors because I feel like that jacks up the price, but since I already asked, I decided to just look them up. So this guy doesn't really like negotiating. For those of you who are wondering, why didn't you maybe ask him to go down to 3 or something? I've gotten stuff from this guy before and he's never really given me deals, even though I do buy from him somewhat, not that much, but sometimes I do. I think the last thing that I bought from this guy was like Blu-rays, maybe. Yeah, I think I got like Kick-Ass 1 and 2, a couple of other Blu-rays. I don't know if you guys remember that, but yeah, he wanted $5 a piece, so I ended up only taking the Legend of Zelda game for the NES and Rainbow Island, I believe it's called, for the NES as well. And that game was surprisingly priced like at 30 to 32 on eBay is where I looked up the prices. At first I looked at the game and I thought, this doesn't look that fun, or it looks like a kid's game. But remember last time that I left MC Kids for the NES? Yeah, I regretted that. I still regret it to this day. It kind of hurts that I didn't pick it up, but I made sure that I didn't do the same mistake that I did with that game. So I looked all these up, and those two, I guess I shouldn't have picked The Legend of Zelda, but I mean, for $5, I decided to pick it up for trade. Also, Rainbow Island has been set aside, so that is not up for trade, guys. I also picked up, I don't know why I keep picking these up. It's like the new power adapter, the new PS2 power adapter is this Star Wars Battlefront 2 game. I always pick these up and they're always kind of pretty scratched, but it was $2, so I thought, what the heck, why not just get it for $2? So yeah, that's all I picked up. I was gonna pick up that PS2, but since it looked pretty messed up, I just decided to leave it there. And first the guy said he wanted $5 and I was gonna put it back, but he saw me and then he said, okay, take it for $2. So I took it for $2, and after I paid, the dad was like, but why? Those games are $5. Honestly, for $5 I wouldn't have taken it because it was really scratched. So yeah, I also found these games and he wanted, guess this, he wanted $10 for Sonic, guys. $10. And I also found Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, which I already have 2 copies of. One is up for trade. He wanted $5 for that and $10 for Sonic. So I was like, nope. I put them back, and sometimes I think people that have a lot of the same stuff, like this guy had DVDs, he had toys, he had games, and he had some other stuff on the other tables. But sometimes when people have a lot of the same thing, they know their prices and they know what to price it at. So I don't know if this guy even sold video games that day or not, because the prices he was giving was, I don't know if you would have gotten Donkey Kong Jungle Beat for $5. Maybe you guys would have. It didn't have that many scratches, but since I already had 2, I didn't get it for $5. And I found this game here, which I thought was pretty interesting because I don't actually know what the game is, because I don't know what it is. But if you guys know what it is, leave it in the comment section down below. I thought that was really cool because I don't really see like imported games, so that was pretty cool to see. But that was pretty much it. I would have picked up Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories because I don't have it for the PSP. I have Liberty City Stories, but not Vice City Stories. So if that wasn't the case, I would have picked it up. I'm sure you would have said like 10, maybe 15. Yeah, that was surprisingly the only PSP game that he had, even though it wasn't in there, but he had the box for it. So you guys ever play the guessing game? Like looking at people and seeing what they have, and you kind of have like a mindset of, oh, they're gonna charge me this much, or oh, they're pretty pricey, might not stop there. I've not stopped at a couple places because I've seen people have a lot of the same, like I said, so I don't stop there because I'm afraid they'll give me a high price instead of just asking. But I don't want to ask and then walk away. That's kind of my problem, which I do need to change my ways on that. Sometimes I don't ask because I'm just, if I ask and they give me a high price and I'm scared of just walking away, not buying anything, I don't know. That's just the way I am. Anyways, with this lady, the last thing I bought from her was a season of Angry Beavers, I think 1 through 5 or something. I don't remember, but she charged me like $3 for that. So I've asked this lady on video games before and she's giving me high prices. So this time I went up, I started looking, I didn't even ask, which that's also another bad thing that I have, is looking and not asking first. Anyways, I was looking and I only decided to get a couple of games because I know this lady gives their games at high prices. So I was looking and I made sure not to get too many games. I also picked up an empty case as you guys saw there, and I asked her how much she wanted for that and she just threw that in there. So there's a lot of racing games, which for $2, oh yeah, the games are $2. So yeah, I went up and asked her with my little pile and she said games are $2 a piece. So at $2 there was 2 games that I left. I think they were Spec Ops something and Spec Ops something else. I should have probably taken those. One Spec Ops was more scratched than the other one. The other one just was really dusty and needed to be cleaned. But I probably should have taken all of these racing games. That Area 51 game I probably should have taken as well, but I didn't. I just took this little stack of games. So let me know what you would have picked up that I left behind. I was kind of thinking about going back there before I actually walked out of the flea market that day, but I was like, no, I'm cool with what I got. All right, when I was done paying the lady for these games, she told me that her son either, I think she said he went to the bathroom or he was walking around at the flea market, but she also said that he had some games and that's her son. So I feel like if there was PS1 games that were very valuable that were here, he probably would have taken them out and put him in his booth. So he covered his whole booth up. I couldn't see the games that he had. I did see some controllers like popping out, but yeah, I wasn't like really interested in really coming back because he pretty much, that's what he sells. He only sells games, and people who only sell games usually do charge a pretty penny for what they have. So I didn't decide to go back there after I was done with this lady, but my theory is that he probably does dig through the stuff that she gets and he gets the valuable stuff and she just keeps, you know, the regular games. So this next booth, I found this beanie which I thought was so cute. There was also like a Popeye shirt, but I don't know if you guys saw it or not. She wanted $5 for the beanie, and before I even, well, I was walking up to her with the money, but before I paid her, I tried it on because I thought it looked too big to me, so I tried it on and it fit well, so I decided to get it for $5. That was a good price. And this PS2 I did not take. The lady wanted $20 for it, so I just decided to leave it there. I probably could have asked her if she could do 15, but nah, I wasn't really willing to negotiate prices. I found some good stuff with this guy, and I regret he had 3 PSPs, but this is the same guy that I purchased the pink PS2 from. I don't know if you guys remember him, but I still have that PS2 somewhere. It never ended up working. I guess I should put that in a trade video for those of you who know how to fix consoles. So I found a bag of DS's, I found this bag with a DS and a couple games in it, and my idea was to take out the games and ask him how much he wanted for each game because I didn't really want the DS. And then I found this bag of PSPs. So there was 2 PSP 2000s and 1 PSP 1000. Now none of these have batteries. There was 2 batteries in there. One looked like it already had exploded, and the other one looked better. I think this is the one that was exploded, and I was trying to see if I could find a battery to fit this so I could at least turn it on, but I didn't find a battery. So I ended up getting 3 Nintendo DS games and 1 PS Vita game, and I bundled it up with a PSP 2000, which I think it was this one, because there was one that the UMD, like, it didn't pop out, it didn't work, so I didn't decide to get that one. The PSP 1000, the battery cover did not want to snap back on. I don't know if it was broken or something, but I also didn't take that one. I kind of wanted to as well with this one. So at first, individually, I started handing him the stuff. So I gave him the PSP first. He said he wanted 10 for that. I gave him the PS Vita game. He said he wanted 4 for that. I gave him the DS games. He said he wanted $5 a piece. And I was looking at everything, and there was like some people around, and he said kind of loudly, he said, yeah, because if I were to sell you the DS games individually, I would want this much. And I was like, yeah, like I wasn't like looking at the stuff because of the DS games were $5. I was looking at the stuff because the PSP, I didn't know if it was going to work, and that's why I was taking my time looking at it, you know, because it didn't turn on, it didn't have a battery, and all of the PSPs had dusts in the screen, like a lot of dust, and they had chips and scratches and looked like they had fallen a couple times. They could be beast where like they could work still, but I didn't want to take the chance on that. That was my only regret going to the flea market. I always regret not getting something at the flea market, and that was my regret. So overall, for the 3 Nintendo DS games and the PS Vita game, he wanted 19. But before that, I had the PSP as well, and he wanted 25. 25 was a great deal, but I still didn't get it because I was just worried that it wouldn't work because I had already gotten the PS2 from him. So let me know if you guys would have bought it. Maybe I could have bought it and sold it for parts. I mean, it was a great deal, but I'm going to prepare myself. I already went on eBay and I bought a rechargeable battery. I bought a USB with multiple plugs in it for like PSP, Game Boy SP, DS, 3DS. So I just think that is an essential thing to have in either your bag or your backpack or whatever you take to the flea market. And I'm going to be more prepared next time, so I will not lose or I will not miss out on any deals or consoles that I may want. So I may have left this one, but hopefully this is my last regret, getting this rechargeable battery to have. I was also going to get this iPod, but again, I didn't know if it worked. It looked pretty good though. I probably should have gotten it instead of the PSP. But anyways, yeah. So I decided to just get the Vita game and the 3 Nintendo DS games. So like I said, I was individually giving him the stuff. I eventually just gave him the PSP, the Vita games, and the DS. But then I took out the PSP and I decided to just give him the Vita games and the DS games. I was going to say 3DS games. And he wanted 19, like I said. So yeah, the rechargeable battery is going to be with me next time. So yeah, don't worry guys. Let me know if you guys have a rechargeable battery, and if not, let me know if I gave you the idea, because I also need to buy like a little kit that has like a screwdriver and a flathead, because sometimes when things need batteries, you need the screwdriver or the flathead to open something up to put the batteries in, because I don't know why they do that. That's very annoying. Why can't they just make it to snap open? But anyway, with the lady that gives me good deals, I ended up picking up Injustice 2 for my brother pretty much. She wanted $10 for it, and I thought, hey, what the heck, why not? I don't even have that much PS4 games, so that's why I decided to pick it up as well. And I picked up this PS3/PS4 Move controller for $2, guys. $2. That was amazing. I also ended up finding, this was the last thing that I picked up at the flea market, was this Legend of Zelda wallet for $3. $3, guys. So without further ado, let's get into the pickups. Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. So 2 days, yes, I went that first Sunday and I only got 2 games, but still I think that made up for me going, because I wasn't really expecting to find anything. And yeah, I was pretty dead that day as well, but this Sunday was a lot better than it was last Sunday that I went. Let me show you the games that I got at the first Sunday that I went. So Legend of Zelda on NES, I got this for $5. It goes for like $14.15 on eBay, so I decided to get it just for trading purposes. So this is available for trade, and this one has already been set aside. So this is the game that, I mean, it sells for like 30, 32 on eBay, so I thought that was just great for picking it up for $5. And looking at it, I was like, I don't know, this game, I haven't seen it before and it looks a little weird, so I decided to look it up on eBay, and good thing that I did, because yeah, it was really worth it. I am going to check the last game I believe I left at the flea market was MC Kids for the NES, and that was the biggest regret ever. But yeah, a good thing I looked this one up. Also, sorry for the footage. Like I said, I couldn't really take video because the entrance is on this side, and there was also like a security guard. The security guard like takes your tickets and he puts them in like a bin or something. So yeah, I didn't want to get caught or anything, so I was like in and out with the bag that I had. But let's move on to the next Sunday. So this was my first pickup, and I thought, why not pick it up, even though I already have 2 copies up for trade, and this one is pretty scratched, as you guys can see there. Also, sorry for the tint, the yellow tint in the back, but I knew if I was going to wear this white shirt, it would probably tint out the back, because this camera does not do very well with white objects. So it's a little yellow, as you guys can see, but hopefully, you know, that doesn't bother you much. But $2 for this, I thought that was a great deal. I don't know why I keep picking these up. That is also up for trades if you guys are interested. So then next I went with this lady, and I showed her, I probably should have gotten more. You guys saw the racing games that I was pulling out, and that's all she had was racing games. I almost dropped this. So let me just show you the empty case that I found. I found this empty case, and she just threw it in there. She said games were $2 a piece. So I got this for a case, you know, or just to keep it. And I picked this up. So this was $2. This was the only racing game that I picked up because it looked interesting to me. So $2, I thought, why not take it? There was some SOCOM games. I think SOCOM or something like that. A shooter, 2 shooter games that were like the same but different, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it was the same game, but it was a different version of that game. So I left those, but I guess I probably should have picked those up. Even though one was more scratched than the other one, this was in pretty good condition, so that's why I picked it up. So that was $2. I also picked this up. Why I picked it up, I guess just to trade. The case is a little, it's missing the side of the plastic, as you guys can see there, and it is a little sunburned, because if you see the letters here and then you see the letters here, yeah, it's really sunburned. So let me just show you the disc. This is a blue disc, surprisingly. Yeah, this is the next game. This was also $2 each a game. That's why I said I probably should have gotten the racing games. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but yeah. So that was $2, and I picked this up, which I did have for not for $2, but I did have this at one point, but I traded it into GameStop, so it's nice to have it back in the collection. And you guys already know that I love me some Tetris. As you guys can see, I messed around with the blocks over here. I don't know why, but I think, you know, just to spice up the background. So, all right, so the next thing that I picked up, I thought it was so cute. So I found this. I thought it was going to be big, so I made sure, because I was walking up to the lady with the money in my hand to buy this, but it looked a little big from the head, so I had to put it on, and it does fit very well. I don't know what size it is because it doesn't say here, but it says size right here. Maybe one size fits one size fits most. Okay, there we go. So one size fits most, and I picked this up. This is just so cute. So for $5, you know how pricey that the beanies are, guys. Like either $10, $15, $20 even at Spencer's or Hot Topic. So $5 for this, awesome. So I guess you could wear it this way, but I think it's too long that way. So I'm just gonna wear it the way that, you know, it was, and that is this way. So I thought that was great. $5, You can't beat that. Alright guys, so these next pickups, I don't know if you remember, but this vendor is the same guy that I bought that pink PS2 from, and since then I haven't bought any consoles because, you know, he said it worked and it never did end up working. I've tried multiple AC cables or cords and none of them make it work. So yeah, the PSP I do regret leaving. I paid $19 for these 4 games. So I do regret leaving it, but I don't at the same time because it had a lot of dust inside. It had chips, it had scratches, and it didn't have a battery. I do have an extra, like I said, but I just decided to leave it. And I actually went on eBay and bought a portable charger and a USB cable that has multiple cables in it, like for DS, 3DS, PSP, because I'm not going to be missing out on stuff just because I don't have that. So that is an essential to have if you're going to the flea market and you want to see if a game works. That is a good thing to have. So I finally did get that. So next time I go to the flea market and I find a system, hopefully I hopefully find a PSP someday. But yeah, that just wasn't my day, and I don't know if you guys saw it clearly with the camera, but yeah, I decided to leave it there. So I just decided to pick these up instead. So he charged me $19 for all these games. First is Mario Kart on the Nintendo DS. I do already have one of these, so one of these copies is up for trade. I got Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. I was gonna say Luigi and Mario, but Mario's always first, right? So I'm keeping that because I don't have that. And also a game that I've been wanting is New Super Mario Brothers on the DS. Well, not me, my brother has been bugging me. He's like, why don't you have this game? So I decided to get it. So this was actually inside a DS. I don't know if you guys saw me take it out, but I took all these games out and I told them how much for this or these, because this is a sports game. Nobody checked inside the sports game because they thought it was a sports game, but inside was Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. So I decided to pick that up. I don't know if I was gonna say it's $5, but he wanted $19 for everything, so he took $1 off. So let's just say that this was $4. So yeah, let me know if you guys would have picked this up or not. I don't know if it's going to be up for trade because I don't have a PSP. I know you guys say to get a PS Vita TV or PS TV, is that what it's called? But I don't know about that. I kind of do want a Vita, but I'm not really sure. So anyways, $19 for that. I thought that was a great deal as well. And like I said, I left a PSP. If you guys would have picked it up, let me know in the comments. So the next thing that I picked up was with a lady that gives me good deals, and this is what she had. I don't know if it was a good deal. Like I said, $10. She said, what do you think? Because she was looking at me and she said, what's the price on this game? Like 50? And then I was like, no. And she was like, okay, like 20? And I was like, yeah, that's more reasonable. I don't actually know how much this goes at GameStop, but I looked it up and it goes for like $13.49. So I pretty much just save the tax and stuff. So I paid $10 for this. So that was okay. Also got this pretty much for my brother because he loved the first one and I got him the second one. So $10 for that. Don't regret it. You know, $10. Alright, so next, I don't know if you guys remember the lady that I got the Game Boy Advance from a while back before I went to the fair. So I got this from her. She wanted $2 for this. And funny thing about this is last year, like the beginning of last year, I think the video is called Changes, or the video before that, the last video of 2017, I think it was. I picked up 2 of these and she wanted $10 for them. And I picked up one. I was looking for the other one, but I didn't find it. So I picked this one up and she wanted $2 for it, guys. $2. Oh my. This was a very good pickup as well. And I'm just amazed that nobody picked this up because I did go a little later than I usually go, like half an hour to an hour later. So that was a great price. And the last thing that I picked up at the flea market that day was this. So I was walking up and I saw this and I thought, okay, so I had a set price on what the lady would ask. And I said, okay, this, she knows what this is because she had a lot of toys. And I said, okay, watch, she's gonna say like $10. And I asked her how much she wanted, and she ended up saying $3, guys. I had it in my head that she was gonna say 10 because, you know, sometimes people have a lot of the same thing, so they know what they have and they give you, you know, high prices. But $3 for this, that was great. So I don't know if you saw it all in the video, but yeah, it's pretty new. I mean, it's pretty much brand new, as you guys can see there. I guess they didn't like the color, or I don't know why they didn't like it, but I got it for $3, so that is great. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or not. I'm still debating because I do have a Mario wallet that I have, but I don't know. This one, I guess you can keep more junk in it, right? So that was great. $3. Let me know what your favorite pickup from this episode was, because I was amazed at what I got this Sunday. This Sunday, I just went pretty much to make up for what I didn't get last Sunday, you know, because I only found those 2 games. So I was just looking to find like 2 or 3 more items just to make another video. But that was just great. That was awesome what I found. So yeah, let me know what your favorite item was. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, the links will be down below in the description. Happy hunting. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in my next video.